Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet of MLB 17, the show. St. Louis Cardinals Franchise. This is the Cardinals Insider. This is the Redbird Report, and this is the second episode. And we're talking about the first month of the season, as it was a it was a crazy one and a fun one. The month of April, as you take a look at the opening there, or here the calendar here for the month, pretty good year. 24-1 going finishing out the month of April, as we had a really good start here. Just take a look there. That first game there, 1-0 win against the Cubbies. That really started things off. And of course, the only loss that we had in this month was in game 1, I believe, of the National Series. And since then, we've been on the road. Now, we'll take a look. 18-game winning streak here as we go into the next month here. And that is really unheard of for any baseball club, really. But the Cardinals have been putting together some really good wins here. There have been some near close losses. But also, too, there's been some games that were just lights out. And our pitching has come together here. Our bullpen has really did a great job of keeping us in ball games, with the exception of one game, of course, that being the Brewers game that we had like 23 innings in. Kind of wish I had the footage of that. I think I mentioned it in that episode, talking about that. It was so long and whatnot. My computer was acting kind of funny, and so some of the footage that was that I could use, was kind of really limited, which it was a shame because it was a really good game. I mean, just playing 23 innings of a ball game. I mean, it had to be late in the morning. I think they probably would have called it off because of just being so late. They do have a time limit in how these games have to be pursued here, being played and whatnot. Curfew limit. But take a look here at the standings right now as we go along here as the American League. You see the Indians right now 15-10 for in first place there. Of course, the Twins, Royals, White Sox, and Tigers they're trailing right behind them. But right now we're sitting pretty. Right now we have the first place right now, and I mean this is what we kind of really need to really put us some distance between us and the rest of the pack. When we get to the dog days of summer. Now, even though this is our first month of the season, we've already kind of wrapped it, got it done with, and put a nice little bow on it. And we've won 24 games. We still got a lot of baseball to go, and right now the team is looking healthy. Everyone is fine. Right now, take a look at some of the statistics right now for a lot of these guys, and these just some of the guys that have been kind of some standouts for this first month of the season. You got Steven Piscotty, as I'm trying to say it, and there you see his numbers so far. He's been in 24 games. His average right now is 212 right now, so he's hitting right near the Mendoza line. But he can get better. He has 5 home runs, and he really had a really good game. I really would say it was really in that Washington National Series there. I mean, his bat came alive, especially when we needed that. There was one particular home run that we needed to really set things up and get things going for ourselves, and it really helped us out there. Now, Johnny Peralta, oh my goodness, talk about a guy that should be beyond his prime. He's been in the league for 12 years now, but there you see his contract right there. This is his final year of his contract, and we got to try to see if we can try to bring him back. But there you see the potential C overall, and he has been just lighting it up with the bat. Along here, Dexter Flower, also former Cubby. There you see his numbers from this year. I mean, it's amazing that these guys all 1 through 9 have been just lighting it up here. And we've had some. There's been times we had some trouble there. Dexter actually had some trouble here the last couple of games with the bat and not really getting on board like he should be as a leadoff guy. And then when things like that happen, we may have to change him up. I think I've been messing around with the lineup here quite often. There, I think he may be maybe a in the 2-hole or something like that. There you see Diaz's numbers there for him: 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, and 313 now for him for the season. He's having a really good year there at shortstop. Him and Jerko and Wong, I think those 3 I'm going to kind of rotate in between the shortstop and second base position. But for the most part, he's been hitting very, very well for us, and just putting together just a great game overall here for him. Of course, our guy here that is the pretty much the captain of the team is no other than the catcher Yanni Molina. There you see him, having a really slow start here. He got 4 home runs, 13 RBIs. He's hitting 376, slugging right there around 400. He's been having a little, kind of moderate success right there behind the, at the plate. Now behind the plate, he's been awesome. He's already thrown out a couple of guys already this season, but he's definitely one of the guys that we're trying to build something around him, trying to get these young guys in there, and which further down the line we're going to be looking at trade or drafts coming up here soon. We still got a good contract with him. We still got 4 years left on his contract. But one of the young guys that we're helping build around with Yanni is this young man right here, Randall Grichuk. As you see now, right now in real life, he's playing pretty well in with the Memphis Redbirds right now. But there you see 9 home runs, 16 RBIs for him. He just came out of the gate. I mean, from day one. If you guys remember from the first episode, they were playing against the Cubbies. I mean, he was just ready to go. He was primed to go. And there you see him. We got to, of course, re-sign him as he is still going to be in arbitration for the next couple of years there. He's only been in 2 years and 76 days with in Major League Ball Club. So, a young man from Texas there, 25 years of age. He has a bright future for us for this Cardinals organization. As for Matt Carpenter, there you see his numbers here: 6 home runs, 11 RBIs for him, hitting 383 for the season. And for him, a veteran here for this ball club. Already been in the league for 5 years. He's considered one of the older guys here on the team, who's been here for a couple of World Series titles a couple of years ago. But for the most part here, he is just another guy that we're going to be with him and Yanni there as our kind of our cornerstones of this ball club. They're going to really help us out here in the years to come. Now, I know in real life he has been traded most recently here about a week or 2 ago. But Matt Adams, he's still going to be on the ball club here. We're not going to make any moves with him just yet unless we have to. And the only reason I'm saying that is because we kind of need him to help out Grichuk out in left field, as we don't have Grichuk. It could be an everyday fielder, but I kind of want to use Adams as our guy, as he can play left field, but he can also play first base if we need him there, and also to help us out in the pitch hit situation here. And I will explain more that we are looking at some guys free agency here for the pitch hit situation, like Justin Morneau and a couple others. So, but we'll get into that a little later on here. Jet Jerko, like I mentioned earlier too, like I said, we're going to have him. He's playing third base right now, but eventually, like I said, we're going to move him around. We'll have him play second occasionally here from time to time with him and Wong there in that position. There you see 5 home runs and 10 RBIs there. He's using in situations where, depending on the pitcher, he'll come in. I think when right-handers are out on certain days, stuff like that. But what I'm trying to do is try and maybe have him play a series or 2, and then rotate him in and out. Let's look at pitching right now. As we, like I said, the pitching's been great. 6-0 so far for our ace, Carlos Martinez. There you see his numbers there. 0.79 ERA. He has not really given up too much here, just under a run there per game. And really, I know right now he's having a tough time in real life with pitching and just with everything that's going on. But yeah, I mean, this so far this season, he has been our true, just like a true ace, been out there putting the axe to the grindstone there, and just really producing some wins and really keeping that bullpen healthy and giving them the needed time off that that we eventually need them against our day 3 or day 3, 4, 5 starters. Mike Leake, another guy who has just been just doing great here, 6-0. Or excuse me, 5-0 for the season. There you see this next episode. You guys will you guys will be really impressed with him. He's already hit 1 home run, and it was a big one in a game, and we'll see him do that again here coming up. A little spoiler, I know. Spoiler alert. We'll show you guys that here in the next episode here when we play against. I can't think of who we just played against. I can't think of it now. Well, it comes to me anyway. Anyway, we'll move on here. But Mike Leake, just a great guy. 7 years in the majors right now, and kind of one of those good pieces there for the Cardinals rotation here. As the Cardinals right now just really doing a great job. Lance Lynn, another one of those big names there in St. Louis that has been really helpful here in the last couple of years, putting together stuff. There you see 4-0 for him so far this year. There you see his ERA right near, almost near 3 there, but right under 3 there. So he's doing a great job for us. He had a couple of tough games that he was in. I can't remember. There was one game that he, I think, got a no decision in that he really, he pitched a really great game, but just bad. Just producing runs was just not there for us that night. I'll go ahead and we'll see here that Michael Waka. I don't know why I want to say that every time I see him or see his name or hear his name, but Michael Waka, a young pitcher here, 30-year guy for us, and there you see 4-0 already here. So really, truly, like I said, we've been on a 18-game winning streak here. No one on this rotation has really suffered at all when it comes to losses, except for one, and that's Adam Wainwright. He had that one loss there, and that was in D.C. when we were against the Nationals there, and that was just bad, just really bad pitching, bad defense, and most importantly, just no run support for him at all. But since then, he has turned things around, and there you see he's just near $1.50 there in his ERA, and he is definitely he may not be our ace, but he is our guy in the bullpen there in the rotation. I think he's our day 2 guy. He is a guy that I've noticed going to the clubhouse. A lot of the guys in there will go to him and talk to him about certain things, especially young pitchers, for advice. And he has an open door policy for that. He wants those young guys to come talk to him, and so they can step up their game and try to be the best pitcher they could possibly be for this ball club. Kevin Sturgis, as now we move on to the relievers here. Kevin Sturgis, there you see, 30-year guy, 81 overall, B potential. He has been a great guy for a setup guy for us here this season. As you take a look at here, he has a contract he needs to get renewed here, and we are actually talking to some of these guys here for the contract renewals. I try not to re-sign guys during the middle of the season, but some of these guys we're going to try to snag them now before it's too late. So we'll have some talks. I'll show you guys any of the players that have re-signed with us over the course of the next couple of weeks. Brett Selleck, there you see him, a young guy came out from Toronto from a season ago. He is now in the he's with our setup unit there, setting up for the closers and stuff like that. Jonathan Broxton, a guy who used to be a former closer for a lot of ball clubs. I know for the Dodgers, a couple years ago. Not to mention a starter for the Dodgers and some other ball clubs. But he's with us, and there you see in his Brewers gear there he's in. But 11-year veteran there, and really another guy that you can go talk to and who's willing to help out the young players there with their game. Talking with him, and he said there's something good about this club that he enjoys, and that's why he signed with us during the off season. And finally, or another player, I shouldn't say finally, but another player, Trevor Rosenthal, just another one of those players that when you think of St. Louis Cardinals pitching, this is one of the names that can pop up there. And there you see 82 overall, A potential there, 4 years in the majors, and he is our reliever, as he's one of our middle relievers there to help us out, along with Jonathan Broxton. And like I said, he's been in a couple of games so far here, and so far he's been looking pretty good coming out of the bullpen and really doing some good work there for us. So there you see his numbers right there. Like I said, been in a couple of good areas here, but for the most part here, doing pretty reasonably well. Now, Ho, our closer here, of course, he has already 11 saves right now. He is in the top five closers right now who have been doing great there with 11 saves so far this season. Now, we'll go to our minor leagues here. We'll take a look at some of our minor league players, and we're here are a couple episodes here. We're actually going to feature them in some episodes here. But Carson Kelly, there you see the Redbirds. He is our catcher down there in Memphis, and so far here, not a good season for him, as he has not really got anything on the board here just yet. I believe he is a backup, but he will be getting some work in here soon. But he's one of our young prospects that we're looking at here. One of the, I think he's in the top 50 prospects for Major League Baseball, and is one of the guys that we're really hoping that we can get called up here for us here. Really truly here within the next year or two, but he has some really good potential there. We've been coaches down there have been been talking up about him, and just really letting us know that this kid could be ready for major league success at any time. Along the same thing with Alex Rios, we actually talked to Rios and some of his other teammates there, and that was another guy. They said that he would be definitely right now he can come up to major league and be a guy that can come in and pitch maybe some relief there for us, maybe start or two, get a couple of innings in, but right now we just kind of want him to focus. But he is right now got a strained oblique. He's going to be out for the next week or so, so hopefully that will right now that wouldn't really help us out for us too much, but hopefully he'll get healthy and can stay healthy, and eventually maybe he'll get a mid-season or maybe even a September call-up for us, for help us out in the rotation there, especially towards the end of the season, depending on where we're at in the season. Harrison Baer, there you see the left center fielder out there. There you see his A potential. 68 overall. He's he can play out any position, really, outfield. He's been doing great. Now, Tommy Pham, as you know, has been talked about in St. Louis. Right now, he's playing in the majors. But for us, he is not doing that just quite yet. We still got to work out some things there. But there's a good chance that he could be called up sometime here before the end of this month. I've been looking at his numbers there and whatnot, and there you see some of his attributes are kind of low in some areas there, and you see a lot of negative ones. But what I've seen which you guys don't get to see, is some of the AAA games that I've been playing and stuff like that. And he has a really good eye for the ball. And again, like I said, he could be one of the first guys from the farm league that could be called up here. I kind of want to bring him up now, but we kind of within the organization have kind of sat down and kind of agreed that we're going to wait until possibly wait until the end of the month and have him come up for about 2 weeks or so and see what he can do then. Luke Weaver, one of our young pitchers, one of our young starters here for the Redbirds there as we continue here, is doing great. There you see his attributes there. And, of course, one of the young guys that could really do some good work for us in the rotation right now there. Of course, no major league experience just yet, but last year he was with us. He's 1-4. Had a rough go there. He had some growing pains there, but I think this year well, at least what we've seen him in a couple games so far there in the AAA organization. He had actually a good game there. He had a couple nights ago. He had a shutout in the first 7 innings, and he had 14 strikeouts there. So nice job there from him. We'll see what he can do coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Now, we go ahead and look at some free agency. Now, this is what I mentioned earlier. Justin Morneau is one of those guys that we're thinking about talking to about contract. Right now we're talking to his agent about working on a contract here. If he does, he will be kind of a platoon player. He wouldn't necessarily be on the field as much. He'll be a guy who play will be in a situation of like when we have DH or when we have pitch hit situation here that we need, because I don't want to end up having that always on Matt Adams. Even though Adams, he could play, left field and pretty much any position really out in the left field or first base there. But we kind of want a guy that has some really good experience there. And you see 12 years for Justin Morneau right now. Currently, he's not with the team, but we are looking at him and possibly and give him a chance here to do something for us, as he does have a really good bat, especially against righties there. And then, of course, Jimmy Rollins right now, no one has him, which I'm surprised. He is 38 years of age, but he's, if you guys have seen him, he's acts like he's 28 years of age. He's just youthful. Of course, second and third base there, we can actually use him as a backup to help out with Diaz, and also help out with Peralta in that position there in the hot corner. So, like I said, just some names that we're throwing out there. If there's any names you guys think, or you guys got any suggestions of who I should go after for free agency, let me know down below in the comments there. We always look for those and get some added advice from you guys about what we should do with the ball club here. But there you see, like I said, some attributes there, and then you see his numbers from last year with the looks like the White Sox there. What he's done here, and what he is capable of doing. So, like I said, he won't be playing a major role there, but he definitely will help us out, I think in the long run there, for the good playoff push. Also, too, Jake Peavy, he is currently not with any club right now, but the last time he was with the club was with the Giants. There you take a look there, and there you see 14 years of service there in the Major League Baseball. There you see his pitches: a 4-seam, 2-seam, fastball, a cut, curve, and a circle change there. And again, just getting him there for experience. Also, too, as a spot starter there when we need to kind of rest up, like guys like Carlos, Adam, and also Waka. So, those are some names I've looked on free agency here and kind of looking at, and just kind of wrap this episode up here. We're just taking a look here and seeing who is happy, who's ecstatic, and who's all this and that, and just kind of wrap it up, see who is what. I think we've got 2 guys so far right now that are kind of upset with this. We got Chad Huffman, and there you see, I believe, Wilford Trevor, or Trover. They're kind of very angry with this, but they are minor league players, so they're probably just not getting some time there, and we'll have to try to work on that. See how we can help them out. But that is it for this episode, guys. Coming up, it will be, I believe, it'll be this game here against the Brewers. It'll be a home game. I believe there's a 4-game series there. You guys will see games 1 and 4 in footage there coming up, and we'll show you guys that and more. So, But that's it for this episode of the Redbird Report. Not every report will be like this. We'll kind of change that up from time to time. We'll show you maybe some more footage. I think the next episode, I think we'll show you some more footage of what's going on in the minor leagues there in Memphis and also in Springfield. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you guys enjoy the video, please leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel here for more Cardinals baseball here on ESGNet. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. Links down below in the description. And as always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.